Good morning. Today I'm coming to you from Gondar, Ethiopia. I'm going to give you a little tour of where I am. It's a lovely fort. So I want to talk about fasting, or sort of deprivation is a bad word, but in Ethiopia, Orthodox Christianity is the main religion. I've been chatting with some of the Orthodox Christians here, and one of the main parts of their practice of their religion is that they fast 2 days a week. I.e., they don't eat before, I think it's 3 p.m, and then after that they just eat some vegetarian food. I reflected on this, and I think that this practice is something that we can inherit to our benefit in the West. They say that this practice is something that brings you closer to God. Now, I've found Christianity kind of interesting, more interesting recently, is that because when I look at it, if I replace God with our inner selves, our true selves, what it is to really be us, beneath all the impulses and habits, etc., you can make some quite interesting parallels. It does kind of fit in. So the Orthodox Christians, they fast to bring themselves close to God. I don't know if you've tried fasting before, but there's a interesting feeling where when you don't indulge your passions and habits and what have you, there's a kind of sense of wholeness arises. You feel complete without needing to do anything, without reaching for external things. Now, I think that they do this twice a week as well, because that is what they naturally intuited as a good balance to have in your life. If you have 2 days a week where you're consciously being like, okay, I'm gonna not do all those, those things that my desires are telling me to do. 2 days a week of doing that, it can really reset you and keep you on track, and so you don't get lost in this messy circle of indulging your passions and then getting burnt out like we always do, getting overstimulated, etc. And also, it just from the body's perspective, it's quite healthy to flush out your system every now and then. So I think what I'm going to do in my life, I sort of do this to some extent, but I think I'll start doing it more formally now, is to take 2 days a week where I fast, so I probably won't eat until at least, 6 p.m. or something, and then just have one very basic meal. Also in that day, I will do fasting equivalents, so no spending, social media, probably leave my phone at home. When I did Dry January this year, I pretty much did these things, no phone, etc., for like a month, and it really helped me regain my sense of self. So I think doing this twice a week would be quite a good, sustainable thing to do in the future. I think with these things, this fasting, the effect it has depends entirely on your attitude to it. If you see it as some kind of masochistic, form of self-flagellation, sort of punishment for your sins, then that's not the way to do it. If you see it instead as a way of just seeing more clearly that sort of inner peace that you've been looking for, that state that you've been looking for, is always here. To see that everything that you need is always here, and that you don't need to reach the external. That is a very healthy mentality, and that's a lovely practice to have. Cool. I look forward to sharing the details of my experiments.